What is up, people? It is me, Monster58, and welcome back to another episode of Pikmin 2. Previously, we ended up starting our adventure once again here in the Pikmin series on the planet that we know so well, PNF 404, but this time landing in some different areas than we did before. In addition to that, when it comes to what happened is that we found out that our parent company, Hocotate Freight, was in a whole lot of debt, and due to a damn bottle cap that Olimar brought back from Earth, he ended up realizing that it was worth 100 of their currency, 100 Pokos, which was a lot. Now we have 10,000 Pokos to repay. We currently have 380 that we've paid. Well, 280 out of the 10,000. It was 380 out of the 10,100 because it was initially 10,100. But we landed in the Valley of Repose, got separated from our partner Louie for a little bit, but we ended up finding the Pikmin once again, and we start off just like we did in the previous game with red Pikmin. And so in this episode, we're going to be headed back to the Valley of Repose and see what is up for us there now that we've established more or less our bearings on this planet. Welcome to the Valley of Repose. Valley of Repose probably, unfortunately, is probably, I don't know if it's my least favorite area. I don't know if it is. I'd really have to think about that, but... Alright, the ship's gonna nag us again. Let's see what he's got. Good morning, workers. Ready for another day of toiling for the profit of your company? Man, corporate America, right? The Pikmin seem to be asleep inside their onion. What lazy creatures. When would they sleep? No wonder why they lack survival skills. Stand beneath the onion and press A to call them out. So yeah, very similar to the last game. We can walk over to the onion and we can press A. Now the one thing I'd like to point out, when it comes to the numbers on the bottom of the screen, so let me see if I can pause it so we can do. So the number that you see, so you can see the amount of Pikmin that actually exist, and then the actual amount of Pikmin we take out. So 20 on the left is how many Pikmin we have in our squad. The out of is how many Pikmin are currently in the field, and then the other one is how many Pikmin currently exist. So let's get a move on because our 13 minutes is technically going here. So we're gonna start to raise as much Pikmin as we can. We're actually gonna probably split this. Dismiss here, and we're going to take these. Actually, it's fine. Yeah, we'll just have Louie stay here. So you can see how we can split this up. So Louie can stay back here. Base that pellet will grow into a 5 pellet, I believe. We're going to do this. We're going to pluck these Pikmin. And we're just going to wait around here so we can have someone to pluck the Pikmin right away. So 4, 5. Hey, you idiots! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that's 6. That's fine. We'll have one Pikmin carry this, and then we can just dismiss them near this, and then I'll pick this up. So, all right, very nice. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna go back and help Louie pluck these. But why did you not carry that? Hello. We got a couple Pikmin there. Okay, we're good there. All right, let's get some more Pikmin on this to carry it back faster. Definitely helps out. Okay, those guys will help. Nice. Okay. We want to try and raise Pikmin as much as we can, like, quickly today, just so we can get a move on. Well, in all reality, it's not that bad, even though we do have the day limit now. It's alright. Alright, just casually raising up some Pikmin here. Just gonna grab the other ones here. Louie's gonna pick the other one. And that's the other thing too, is when you have two captains plucking, the other captain will automatically walk over and pluck any other sprouts that need to be plucked, which will essentially double your production of Pikmin. Alright, so what we'll do is we're going to leave Louie here, and we are going to take most of them. We're going to take pretty much all of them. Just gonna leave, we got 2 there. Alright, so we'll leave him there with those guys so that he can grab those other, that 5 pellet when it comes online. But we're going to take Olimar over here back to where we were before. So we really need to make our way out this way. So you can see where Louie is. We got to make our way out to where this circle is. So we're going to do that right now. So that's what we're aiming to do. I believe it's 25 or 30 Pikmin to lower that other cardboard. Sorry, the bag. So what we're going to do is we're going to get all these pellets that we can over here for some extra Pikmin. So some people miss this, so I would highly recommend you don't, just so you can get as many Pikmin as possible. Now, the one thing I didn't mention in the last episode that I forgot to mention, if you leave Pikmin planted in the ground, they will also just automatically grow, like an actual flower would. So, you can do that if you wish to do so. I don't really care to. I'm pretty good with just trudging along with leaf Pikmin for the time being, because it's not until the next area, which actually isn't that far away. I think we'll get to it next episode, where you will actually need, I think it's 25 or 35. It's 35, okay. It's not until next episode where we will actually, worry about flowering Pikmin in a much better way. So, much more efficient way. Alright, there's nothing we can do. We just gotta wait for these guys to bring the stupid pellets back, and it's gonna take 8 years. Is this grown yet? Yes, it is. Okay. The one thing you'll notice about this game, too, is that we throw Pikmin a lot faster, and so that's why I was telling you swarming really isn't as advantageous in this game, and that's mainly due to the fact that you throw so much faster, and you'll see that here in just a second. I'll give you a perfect example of it. So I believe... Is it 70? I don't know if it's 70 Pikmin that you can get in this first day. I don't think it is. Oh, no, I think it is 70, because... Yeah, you'll see why. I think it is 70. So we're going to do this. All these Pikmin. It's alright that we're taking a little bit of extra time. Gives the other Pikmin time to, like, get, like, grow when they hit the ground. Help him. Do we have a Pikmin? Oh, also, you can see, by the way, in the map, if you left Pikmin behind via, you can see there's, like, red spots. Those are red Pikmin, so you can see if you left any Pikmin behind on the map as well. I forgot to mention that last time. Alright. Come on! Come on! Get 3 extra Pikmin, very nice. I believe that's... I don't think there's any other... Yeah, I don't think there's any other pellet poses that we can get here. Alright. Alright, very nice. Okay. Now that we have all 26 Pikmin over there, now we can just throw all these guys up here. Alright. We have enemy here. We got another dwarf red Bulborb. Oh, come on. They didn't land on his back. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I've played this game a lot, but of course I had. Alright, now here is a spotty red Bulborb. This is the not dwarf version of these guys. These guys are pretty tough, but in this game they're not that bad, especially here. So you'll see instead of swarming, we used to swarm in the first game, and now we can just throw. Oh, perfectly fine. You can see how much damage. Look at that. Yep. Easy, very easy. And now, what we're going to do is we're going to carry this. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, got 10 there, and to carry this, this is a treasure. I believe this is 30? 35. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave that there for now. And what we're going to do is we're going to walk over to this wall. So these are bramble walls. These are made of essentially like bone, wood, or whatever. And essentially we are going to have the Pikmin here just take this wall down, because we actually want to get to that little stump thing over there. That's huge. Alright, so we're going to leave Olimar there, and then we are going to take Louie. We're going to head back to base, and we'll just have him pluck the Pikmin that end up getting propagated here. So we should be Gucci. Alrighty, very nice. Good job. Boink. Shaboink. Very nice. Okay. So you can see that the day is going pretty quickly, but don't worry. There's only one other thing we have to do after we take down that wall, and that won't take a ridiculous amount of time. So, do that. Okay. Now just making sure I didn't miss a pellet posy. I don't think I did. Because the red Bulborb, the red spotty Bulborb, gives a lot of Pikmin. Those guys are really, really good to get. They're probably one of the most reliable enemies to get Pikmin in general. Yep, 70. Okay, I just wanted to make sure, especially because I'm recording, I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss it. Anything, or didn't miss any pellet posies. So, nice, they took down the wall already. Very big. How could Pikmin destroy such a massive wall when massed their might is ferocious? Louie, did Olimar instruct you on proper Pikmin commanding protocol? Apparently not. Olimar, you are failing in your duty as a superior. Allow me to explain. We already did this, man. Like, we talked about this. Like, all of the stuff he's... Yeah, I don't know why he's talking about that. But we've talked about pretty much all the stuff he said, so... Alright. I also like how the ship essentially has, like, a wind you can see on the back there. I like that. It's really cool. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we are going to take these Pikmin and we are going to get every single Pikmin and we're going to try our best to carry that crushed can, back to base so that we can get that there as fast as possible, and then we'll keep on moving here. Now, red Pikmin, if they enter the water, which you can see water right over there, they will drown. They will just drown in there, so you do not want to do that. So, alright, I'm going to put as many Pikmin on this as we can. 45, okay. So what we'll do is we will do the same thing before. I actually saw Olimar this time. We'll have Louie wait by the gate this time. Not going to have our superior just waiting around. Alright, disband them, and then we are going to escort these guys back to base. There's not really much else to do while we wait for this. I do find this treasure funny. You can see it looks like a face on the can. There's not really much for us. Oh my god, there's not really much else for us to do. So what we're going to do is I'm probably going to cut until these guys get this back to base, and then, or just, yeah, I'll cut when they get this back to base, and then we'll go back and meet Louie. Alrighty, here we go. Utter scrap, 170 Pokos. We are almost, like, 5%. Right? Almost 5%. Okay, now that the day is winding down, we gotta go meet Louie. So let's go and do that. So we gotta hurry up a bit here. Don't worry, this is once you complete this next bit, this is the last part about this day that we need to do, and the game will actually end the day automatically. We'll see that. Well, we got Louie, got all 70 of our Pikmin, got our treasure back to base. We are good to go. And look at the snowman there. That's funny too. Alrighty, let's walk up to this. Interesting. Warm air is welling up from the hole in the ground before you. What could lie underground? What is wrong? You both show expressions of unease. Do not fear. The leader's group of Pikmin will join you. I shall dispatch my research pod too. I will return any Pikmin outside of that group to the Onion. Approach the hole and press A to jump in. So yes, this is the integral new mechanic I mentioned last episode. These are caves, or dungeons, however you want to refer to them. We will be completing every single one before the end of the game. So the first one we have is Emergence Cave. Now you can see at the top what the hazards are going to be. You can see how many treasures that you've collected, and how many Pikmin you are entering. So just like the ship said, the Pikmin that are currently with the leader will enter, and any Pikmin outside of that group will just be returned to the Onion. However, one thing you'd like to know is that is different from what happens inside of here. And you remember how I was saying that this mechanic freezes time? The above ground time will not change. That is the biggest part about this. The above ground time will not change when you go into these dungeons, which is why I was telling you these episodes are probably, some of them are going to be longer than 20 minutes because of this. So, our first cave, the Emergence Cave. Yes, we'd like to enter.
Wah, wah.
The Emergence Cave, sub-level 1. Now, as the game goes on, these caves will get tougher and longer and stuff like that, and you'll see that. They will all contain all different kinds of hazards and enemies and stuff like that, so... Intriguing. My heat sensors indicate that this hole's interior is warmer than on the surface. Analysis suggests danger lies ahead, but the promise of treasure is tantalizing. If you wish to check underground terrain, press plus to communicate with me. I'm not just a ship, I'm an all-purpose support pod. So yes, very similar, you can just check the map. There's, when you go here, that there are going to be maps. Now these are randomly generated, although they will contain a certain amount of things. The arrangement of said things can be laid out differently. And that's both a blessing and a curse with this game, and we'll talk about that more. But these are dwarf snowy bulborbs. They're the same exact as their red counterparts, so you don't have to really worry about these guys. Alright, got rid of those guys. Alright, so we can't propagate Pikmin because we don't have the onion. So what happens when we carry back enemies back to base in the underground? You'll see what happens here. Kind of alluded to it at the end of last episode, but yeah. We got this orange here, which in Pikmin 3 would be completely different instead of being a treasure. But yes, we are bringing these all back to base, and we should be good to go. Now again, if you check the map here, you can see, there's, you know, you can see the map of the floor. Zerk, how can you possibly consider this beast a treasure? Beasts are incompatible with my circuitry. I suppose I will store your finds in my hold. But I do not think beasts will be worth much. So yes, he's correct. Beasts are really worth anything. You know, the creatures, the enemies are worth anything from only 1 to 15 Pokos. And the bosses will be worth more or less 15. Look at them jitter on the side there. So orange, 180 Pokos, and citrus lump. Pretty straightforward at what it is. And we got a bottle cap here. I can't remember what this was in the original. I don't think it was RC Cola, but ginger ale. I'm not a ginger ale guy. Quenching emblem. Pretty straightforward as well. But I like to collect the enemies regardless because every Poco counts, especially when you're doing a lot of caves in this game. It adds up over time, and so at the end of the day, even though it's not advisable to carry back enemies back to base, I still like to do it. This hole appears to be quite deep. My sensors indicate more treacherous terrain ahead. Louis, do you recall that you can adjust the camera with ZL and up, down, left, right, and up, down, left, right on the right stick? Yes? Your expression suggests you do. Excellent. I do, like, it's so tutorial heavy. Don't worry, all your Pikmin will follow you. Approach the hole and press A to enter it. So this is what I was talking about. So the one nice thing about this, about caves in this game, is let me show you exactly what I mean. Let's walk over here. Let's dismiss everyone randomly. If I walk over here, that stupid Pikmin, and I press A, and I go delve deeper with my Pikmin, you would assume initially that my Pikmin would not follow me and they're just lost. Well, no. If you want to just go to the next floor and you're scared of the floor, you can absolutely just go to the next floor with your entire squad. You don't have to worry. The Pikmin are invincible in that cutscene, so yeah, just to show you guys, if you don't wish to take your Pikmin through hazards, you can easily do that. Emergence Cave, sub-level 2. We are now in sub-level 2. Final floor! Alright, so, got that. Oh, crap. I almost killed him. Oh my god, my throws were terrible there. Yeah, my throw was absolutely bad there. Okay, we're gonna just carry these quick back to base. Since they're right here, might as well do it. Yep. Now, this is why I was telling you that some of these episodes may be longer, because especially when we get to some of the longer dungeons and caves in this game, they're like, some of them are like 10 floors, some of them are 10 floors plus or close to 10. You can see how long these get. Got a globe, half of a globe. We can see the US there, we can see Canada, we can see Mexico as well. It is inconceivable that such an immense object has been buried here for so long. The design on the outer shell resembles the surface of the planet as seen from space. Perhaps this can be used for something other than salvage. But how will we ever lift it? I fear that even 100 red Pikmin will be unable to lift it. So he is correct. Even with our huge squad of 70, it requires 101 Pikmin to lift up. So you might be asking, how are we going to get one extra Pikmin that has, that can lift more than how many Pikmin are allowed in the field? Well, that's why we're in this cave, right? Got the snowy bulborb, right? That guy's dead. Got a squad of 3 over here, but these guys should be easy. Just gotta spam throw these guys, because the little guys get overwhelmed anyway. Alright, and then one more. Come on. Oh, because he was sliding down. That's so annoying. But guys, look at this. Ooh, look at the purple flowers. Astounding! A flower blooms in a cave deep beneath the snowy landscape. Clearly, this is warmer down here than above. Look, the Pikmin are restless. They look as if they yearn to be tossed into the flower. I want to know what that would look like, but these are called violet candy pop buds. Candy pop buds will, well, do what they did in the first game, but we never encountered violet ones on our visit on PNF 404 before. So, what do you think happens when we throw our Pikmin into here? Well, If you know what they did in the previous game, you know what they do here. So we can only throw 5 Pikmin in per flower, but here we go. Look at that. Purple seeds. And once we pluck them... Guys, welcome to Purple Pikmin. Now, one of the new Pikmin introduced into this game. Wahoo! Amazing! A purple Pikmin. It has hair and it is quite stocky. It seems very heavy and strong. This kind of Pikmin was not mentioned in your report, Olimar. It must be an entirely new type, which it is. Transforming Pikmin by tossing them into flowers? Intriguing. Perhaps there are others. So, purple Pikmin. This is why I was saying, unfortunately, red Pikmin aren't as useful in this game as you would like them to be. Purple Pikmin are slow and they're heavy. As you can see, the lag behind the red flowers, even though they're flowers, they're very slow. However, purple Pikmin have the strength of 10 regular Pikmin. In addition to that, they will instantly kill small enemies upon landing. And in addition to that, when you throw them, in addition to that, purple Pikmin do 3 times as much damage in battle as comparison to the 1.5 times damage that the reds do. So these guys are essentially like 2 red Pikmin in 1, and then 10 Pikmin when you're talking about lifting strength. So if you want to know how we're going to carry back that globe, that's exactly how. Oh, you can see that. Stop tripping. So we got one more enemy to carry back here. You can see how slow. I mean, look how slow they are. But like by the way, like I said in the first episode, we're holding A. We can press R to swap between the types of Pikmin. But here, watch what happens when you throw a purple Pikmin. I just like to so you guys can hear it in the nice open area. You can see the boom, 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 boom. So yeah, they are very strong Pikmin. So what we're going to do is we're going to have as many Pikmin as we can carry this back to base. And as you can see, they are worth 10 in terms of lifting strength. Really, really strong Pikmin. They kind of, I'll say this, they kind of make a lot of things in this game a little bit trivial. They are very, very strong and overpowered. And throughout the game, I will do my best to not use them or, well, not abuse them, is what I'll try to say here, so... Alright, there's not much else we can do. So what we're going to do is we're going to dismiss... actually, we're going to switch. We're going to switch here. We're going to switch to Olimar. We're going to dismiss Louie, have him stay with the Pikmin, and then we're going to walk all the way back out here while they carry that stuff back to the base, back to the ship. So... Oh yeah, you can press A, by the way, to do damage to enemies. Very minimal. That will actually change as we get further into the game, but I'll point that out later. Okay, we got the globe half back to base. Very nice. Spherical Atlas. There is a device resembling a microchip embedded inside the sphere, retrieving data. Error, I could only decode a portion of the data, but I did retrieve new geographic charts. I will input this data into my planetary database and name it the Sphere Chart. Press plus to contact me and go to the exploration kit on the radar screen by pressing left on the whatever that was, essentially the D-pad. Now that we have this new data, you should explore the decoded territory tomorrow. So yes, this gives us access to a new area, which we will go to in the next episode. Let's see, did they carry everything? Did they carry everything? Just making sure. Okay, yeah, they did. Now, purples are limited. We do not have an onion for purple Pikmin, so we cannot raise them like that. So the only time we're going to be able to get them is by getting them here in caves like this, which means they are very limited. So purples, very, very precious Pikmin. So you can see there's a geyser here. This is how we are going to exit the dungeon. Astounding! Water is shooting out of this geyser with incredible force. Sensors indicate that it has enough power to launch you into the air. Approach it and press A to try. So yes, very similar to, the caves going further down into further sub-levels. The same thing applies here. The Pikmin will automatically join you for this. So, you press A. We've collected all the treasure. We can now leave the dungeon. Wah! Now, what I will tell you is that there was this sound that would happen every time we would finish getting all the treasures on the floor. And it's actually a glitch. It's not supposed to sound because we haven't had the item that tells us that. But essentially, if you hear that sound, that sound means that you've collected every single treasure on this floor. I'll point that out next episode. So, treasure salvage 3 out of 3, and so when you complete a cave, you will get the cave complete screen. So, if you've completed all the treasures, you will be able to, you will have that screen, and this will, pop up so that you know that every treasure in this cave has been collected. So, we almost 10% already in the first 2 episodes. So, pretty wild already, right? Valley of Repose. You have successfully returned to the planet's surface. Excellent decision-making, gentlemen. We must celebrate your first successful spelunking expedition. You have gathered a large amount of data that needs in-depth analysis. I shall send a report back to the President tonight detailing your progress. Olimar and Louis, since you explore a new area tomorrow, today's work is done. What, you still want to work? Unacceptable! You may not realize it, but you are exhausted. Well, not like corporate America. You should take a much-needed rest, as you have all the time you need to collect treasure. Haste makes waste, so take it slow and steady. So, the one thing I didn't mention is, just like the last game, at the end of any day, there's an area that the Pikmin can be in around the Onion that will keep them safe. If there are any Pikmin that are away from base, or they're Pikmin, you know, out and stuff like that, they will die. They will just get left behind, and that's the worst way to lose Pikmin. It's okay to lose Pikmin in battle, it just happens sometimes, but at the end of the day, it is a tragedy when a Pikmin gets left behind because the Pikmin didn't do anything to get killed, you just forgot about it, or didn't keep it in your squad. So always keep an eye out on your map for any stray Pikmin you may have missed. Today's report. So we raised a ton of red Pikmin. We got the spherical atlas, other scrap. Got 4 treasures or 3 treasures. Oh, I skipped that, but yeah, we got 10 purples, up to 60 reds. Really, really good. Baby steps first, Olimar. Plan well and don't worry about me. Our debt with Happy Hocotate Savings and Loan is with Happy Hocotate Savings and Loan, after all. Besides, there's nothing left to repossess. So, ha! That, you know, I respect our president for being like, there's nothing left to take. Okay. So like the ship said, we have one new area that we are going to be exploring in the next episode. So in this episode, we not only raised up a ton of reds, we found and discovered purple Pikmin, and in addition to that, we also were able to discover the ability to go to a new area for the following day, and we introduced caves and stuff like that. So those are huge milestones for this episode. And so, next time on Pikmin 2, we'll be headed to our new location, the Awakening Woods. I hope you guys look forward to that. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. Please like, comment, rate, and subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Also follow me on the socials. Those will be linked in the description below. And with that, guys, and once again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this episode, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Peace.
High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft. You can